Welcome back to the farm and welcome to Spring Plant 2025. The son's getting ready to move the 450 quad with the 16 bar 60-foot harrow. I'll flag him down the road with the service truck, and my brother has already sprayed ahead. Roundup on the field we're heading to first to seed spring wheat. We're just gonna harrow it and then we'll seed it. The drill's just getting filled up with DEF and fuel around the shed there, so excited to have you along on our 2025 crop year journey. Well, here we go. We got everything greased up, adjusted up, some parts replaced, calibrated, lined out, whatever you call it. Went and got our products, and we are seeding. We're putting spring wheat in the ground right now. It's a nice, beautiful 50-degree sunny spring day. This field got harrowed yesterday ahead of me, and the day before that it got sprayed with a light rated Roundup to take out anything green that was growing out here before we planted. You can see my tender truck that has the seed and fertilizer in it parked down there by my service rig, down kind of by the farmstead, corner of the field. And we're making passes. So got my AB line set up, just seeding north-south, the best way to kind of offset how this field kind of slopes some both directions. That way I'm not seeding straight up and down any of the slopes. Got the products in the tank. Blockage monitor going through all 46 openers. If it has a block, it'll stop on that one and beep at me, and I'll know to go back and clean her out. So getting towards the end of the field. Guess I better turn around. Got my brother down there in the GVM sprayer spraying out my next piece I'm heading to. There's a triangle of 110 acres there, and there's another field around the corner. So just keeping the process going. You can see him spraying back there. Getting a little elevation now, but more to go. We got a couple good things going on. One, we're doing our outside rounds, so that means we got all our main passes done across the field. And the other cool thing that's going on is this Quad Direct 480 just hit 7,000 hours on it. So I'd say that's maybe half its life. We'll see. We do have a Challenger 45 tractor that we bought brand new in '96 that's got 14,000 hours on it, so it can be done. Well, we finished the first field and now we're moved to our second field. Sun's up there making sure the seed goes in the right hole on the tank. Here's our tender truck. Then we have dry fert in the front for kind of our starter and seed in the back compartment of. I haven't even folded down yet, because we just got moved up here, and you can see a little bit of winter wheat growing in that first field, and here's the field we're going to be planting. We had one side of the opener was plugged. I found out it was because this part, once it gets to be wearing off the point of it, it's easier to get plugged up with mud, so you need to keep a sharp end on it. So I'm going to put a new opener on there. This is our paired row opener. This one was just too wore out on that one side, so here we go. Well, the new opener's on. Looks a lot better. Here's the old opener. You can see that was completely wore out, so yeah, that needed replaced. The rest of them look good. Hopefully it stay that way. All right, so what we're gonna do is just check our depth. So we're gonna, should be a paired row here. So we just kind of peel away some dirt until you find the seed. In the spring, we like to go a little deeper in the fall, but you see there's some seed, there's some fertilizer. So there should be more seeds right in here. Yep, there they are right there. So yeah, I'm going for 1.5 inches, 2 inches deep. That was a little shallow there, but you're gonna get some variability coming across the field. Let's just try back here a few rows over and a few feet back and see what we got. There's some seed and stuff right there. Yeah, it's a little shallower too. I was a little deeper than I wanted on some of the ground yesterday. So we'll try one more time towards the other end of the row. And I might make another pass or two and see, but I might have to go in a little deeper, which kind of surprises me. Every field's a little different. And sometimes it just depends on if you're at a spot in the field that was a little harder, got drove over, that kind of thing. See, there's a fertilizer there, and that is about where I want it. I want it to my second knuckle. It was basically where I'm going for. And so that is pretty, there's the fertilizer right there. That's pretty damn close, almost a little deep. So that makes me feel like, okay, those other ones were tiny shallow, this is a tiny deep, which means overall it's probably pretty damn good if my drill is level. If you want to adjust the depth, you gotta break loose that keeper, and then you turn this in or out depending on what you want to do. And adjust the stops for the hydraulic cylinders. Well, we got 3 quad tracks in view. We're seeding. My brother's seeding right there in the near ground, and in the back ground there, we got my cousin harrowing away. So, getting some spring work done. Most of this field's pretty flat, but up over there, there's quite a pitch in the corner to round out this big square chunk of ground. So we got a quad track coming up the road. We have problems with our 450 quads and electrical gremlin, so we're getting the 435 to go replace it on the harrow to keep harrowing ahead of the other drill. And we also have our seed truck heading to town, the Freightliner 2 as we call it, going to get a load of seed. So, just a busy day. Wouldn't be working in the field without some breakdowns. So, the gates quit closing all the way on our tender truck, so it was dribbling out a little dry fertilizer. So we had to do a temporary fix in field until we could get the tank empty so we didn't lose it all. But found out our gates that shut on and off the flow underneath the rod connecting them, the fertilizer had finally eaten it up all the way. It was all hidden back underneath the belt in the back. So we got the belt off and working on getting the rod out. Since our seed tender trucks broke down, we're getting to putting the fertilizer in the old way with the auger that goes up to the top. We are on to our 3rd farm of spring seeding. The sun's about ready to go down. Got our flag flying and the mountains in the background now. It's surprising how quickly the top dries out. We had snow on the fields not too long ago. Actually, if I zoom in, I don't know if you can see, but there's still a little bit of snow on the north slope field edges where it blew out of the field. But here it's plenty dry and we're getting her done. So maybe only another week or so if we have good weather of spring wheat seeding, and then we'll switch to canola, and then we'll switch to legumes. Pretty early for getting her all in. Just getting her filled up, getting the dry fertilizer in. This bin, the seed will go in the back with the next truck parked over there. Just a beautiful evening here on the farm. Getting some seed put in the drill. Windy day today, but I've got some good helpers. About done putting seed in, and wouldn't you know it, right on time, here comes my brother with a load of fertilizer for me. So this is gonna work out great.